Alara arrived at the Morning Brew coffee shop. It was Sunday, like every Sunday before, for 11 long years. She always chose the small table by the window, the one that overlooked Elm Street. Rain or shine, she was there. The scent of coffee beans and old books filled the air. It was a familiar comfort. She clutched her worn handbag. Inside, carefully folded, was the blue scarf. This was her ritual. This was her vigil. A silent testament to a love that time refused to erase. The scarf was a vibrant shade of sapphire. James had loved it. He said it matched her eyes. The day he left, she had worn it. He touched it gently. He promised he would return. The scarf became her link to him, a fragile thread of hope. Each Sunday she would drape it over the back of her chair, a beacon, a sign. She believed he would see it. He would know she had not forgotten. The soft wool was a reminder of his touch, his words. The coffee shop changed over the years. New paint, new faces behind the counter, young couples replaced older ones at nearby tables. Children grew up, their laughter echoing differently, but Alara remained a THBT fixture. The staff knew her, they knew her order. A black coffee, no sugar. They never asked about the scarf, they never questioned her quiet weight. They simply served her coffee with a gentle smile. Her presence was woven into the fabric of the place. Her dedication was a silent, powerful thing. Friends had gently suggested she move on, family worried, but Alara held firm. This was her choice, her promise, not just to him, but to herself, to the love they had shared. The world outside the coffee shop window rushed by. Seasons changed, years blended into one another, but every Sunday, at that small table, time seemed to slow. It held its breath, waiting with her. She was the woman who waited. Her love for James was a deep ocean, vast and unwavering. She remembered his easy laugh, the way his eyes crinkled when he smiled. They had shared so many dreams, so many whispered secrets under starry skies. He had said he needed to find himself, to understand his path. He promised it wouldn't be forever. He asked her to wait, and she, young and full of trust, had agreed. Her heart belonged to him, completely, utterly. The emotional struggle was her constant companion. Loneliness was a heavy cloak. Some days doubt was a cruel whisper in her ear. Had he forgotten? Had he found someone else? Friends stopped asking about him. Their pitying glances were hard to bear. Her family urged her to live her life, to find new happiness, but her heart clung to that promise. It ached with a dull, persistent pain, a pain that became a part of her. Yet hope was a stubborn flame. Each Sunday morning it flickered anew. As she walked to the coffee shop, her heart would beat a little faster. Maybe today, maybe this would be the day. The disappointment when the hours passed and he didn't appear was a familiar sting, but it never fully extinguished the hope. She held on to the image of his return, the joy, the reunion. This image fueled her through another week. His absence had slowly, subtly changed her. She learned to navigate the world alone. She found a quiet strength she hadn't known she possessed. The long hours spent waiting became hours of reflection. She read books, she watched people, she learned about herself. The world saw a woman suspended in time, but within her, a different kind of growth was taking place. She was becoming more than just the woman who waited. She was becoming Alara. It was another Sunday. The sun shone weakly through the clouds. Alara sat at her table. The blue scarf was in its usual place. She sipped her coffee. She watched the people passing by on Elm Street. Nothing seemed different. Just another day in her long, quiet wait. Then the bell above the coffee shop door jingled. A man stepped inside. He paused, looking around. Her breath caught in her throat. Her heart hammered against her ribs. It was him, James. He looked older. There were lines around his eyes. His hair had touches of gray at the temples, but it was unmistakably him. The way he stood, the slight tilt of his head, his gaze swept the room. Then his eyes found hers. They widened slightly. He saw the blue scarf. A flicker of something, surprise, perhaps regret, crossed his face. He took a hesitant step, then another. He walked towards her table. After 11 years, He was here. "Ilara?" he said. His voice was deeper than she remembered, a little rough. It's really you." She nodded. Words failed her for a moment. He sat down opposite her. The silence stretched between them, awkward, heavy. I don't know what to say," he began. He looked down at his hands. "I'm sorry. For everything. For the silence." He told her he had traveled. He said he had been lost. He said he never truly forgot her. She listened. Her expression was calm. She studied his face, the face she had memorized, the face she had longed to see. He spoke of his journey, of finding himself. He said he often thought of her. He said he hoped in some small way she might still be waiting. He looked at her then, a question in his eyes, a plea. She felt a whirlwind of emotions. The past rushed back, the pain, the love, but something else too, a strange sense of detachment. She looked at James, the man she had devoted 11 years of Sundays to. He was a stranger, yet so familiar. A ghost from a life she had lived long ago. The vibrant, confident man she remembered seemed faded, replaced by someone uncertain. And she? She was no longer the hopeful young woman he had left behind. The years had not just passed. They had shaped her. They had forged her. She realized this with a sudden, startling clarity. "I waited, James," she said. Her voice was soft but firm. There was no anger, no bitterness, just a simple statement of fact. Every Sunday, with this scarf, she touched the blue wool gently. "I loved you very much. That love kept me here." She saw a flicker of hope in his eyes. But it was not the hope she had once yearned for. Her heart felt a pang, not for him, but for the girl she used to be. The girl who had waited so faithfully. Then the realization settled deep within her. It was like the sun breaking through clouds after a long storm. She had grown strong in his absence. The waiting had been a crucible. It had tested her. It had taught her resilience. It had shown her own capacity for love, for loyalty, for endurance. But it had also taught her self-worth. She had found herself not because he returned, but because he had been gone. She was whole, on her own. A small, serene smile touched her lips. It was a smile of understanding, of acceptance. She carefully untied the blue scarf from the chair. She folded it neatly. She placed it on the table between them. A relic of a past she was now ready to leave behind. "I have to go now, James," she said quietly. She stood up, tall, confident. She turned and walked out of the coffee shop. She did not look back. Ilara walked into the sunlight, free.